maandiko, then ni mali nitapause, my sister ataendelea kidogo, then tukupee nafasi pia uchangie. Now, how is that enough, brother? Brother Martin, umepata vile nimesema tunaweza anza na sasa nitaanza kuongea kuhusu. Okay. Sawa. Then so you can mute, then we start reading this. So Sister Rab, I know you are too good in reading scriptures. Then tuanze. All right. Who is Esau? Esau is the son of Isaac according to Genesis 25, verse 23 to 25. Then tuanze hapo, Sister Rab. Genesis 25, verse 23 to 25. Oh.
1 second. Yeah, Nick, I'm here.
Turn Genesis 25, or shall I read?
Yeah, just Genesis 25. 25, sorry. Oh, I still can't hear you, the network. Just repeat that again, please.
It's okay.
Verse 23 to verse 25.
Okay, got it. 23. Okay. And the Most High said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. I still can't hear you, the network. And two manner of people that again, shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
So we see the Bible tells us Rebecca had two children, twins. One was red, the other one, color is not mentioned. So why is that so? Because Jacob was like the other people. Remember from Adam, all people were just the same. But here comes this Esau, different color. That's why you see the Bible is stressing, giving us the distinction between Esau and Jacob. Then we see the story from 26, 27. When we go to Genesis chapter number 26, Genesis 26, verse number 34. You can read for us Genesis 26, verse number 34.
Since I'm there, let me
Genesis 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite.
That is very important to note. This is Genesis 26, verse 34. We are told by the scripture that Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beer the Hittite. Underline that word, Hittite. And Bashmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. Verse number 35. Which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. Underline the verse number 35. Isaac and Rebekah were not pleased because Esau married children of the Hittites, that is the Canaanite. Remember, Canaanite here was this. Let's go to the scripture. Let's go to Genesis 9:25 to 26. We see that lineage. Genesis 9, verse 25 to 26.
Genesis 9, verse 25. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Most High, a hire of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
So Canaan we see from Genesis 9:25, when Ham saw their father Noah, we know the story. The father cursed Canaan. This is generation of Ham. So Canaan was cursed. The children of Israel were promised the land of Canaan. They were commanded by the Most High to destroy all these nations. And here, Esau is marrying from these nations. So the point here is verse number 35, what we have read, it grieved Isaac and Rebekah. You know, the same Most High, he has commanded us in Exodus 20, honor your father and your mother, so that your days, you live many days here on earth. So these wives were Canaanites, meaning Esau ignored the Most High's wishes that Abraham's descendants keep themselves separate from the Canaanites in marriage. That's why we were commanded not to marry the other nations. Why? Because they will teach us to worship their gods. Now, we go back to Genesis chapter number that. Let's go to 36 now. Genesis 36. Yes.
Sorry, brother, I'm just thinking. The same Genesis 9 from verse 15 to around 19 to help qualify what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can read for us. Yeah.
Thank you. Genesis 9:15. Canaan, that Canaan who was cast in Genesis 9 verse 26, from verse, no, Genesis 10, I'm sorry, not Genesis 9, Genesis 10 verse 15. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Gigashites, and the Hivites, and the Archites, and the Sinites, and the Arvadites, and the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites spread abroad, and the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and the direction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the descendants of Ham by the families, their languages, their lands, and their nations. Just to expand what you are saying.
So, since the Most High is the one who created all of us, he knew the reasons why he was commanding Abraham and his descendants not to marry from other nations. You know, one of the many reasons is they will worship. Now, Esau married other wives. Let's go to Genesis 36, verse 2 to 4. Genesis 36, verses 2 to 4.
Genesis 36, verses 2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibama the daughter of Anna the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemath Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemah bare Reuel.
Sister, you see now how Esau is marrying all these foreigners. And remember, the command here is by the father, that is Isaac. Don't marry from these other nations. So straight away, Esau is demonstrating his rebellion according to Exodus chapter 20. Honor your father and your mother. You see that? So that means the Most High himself, he knew, because he's the one who created all of us. Before even we were conceived in our mother's womb, he knew who Esau was. That's why in the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verses 1, 2 to 3. Malachi, chapter 1, verse number 2 to 3. We see that qualifies the reason why the Most High did so. Let's go.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Most High, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So the Most High, in his own wisdom, he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. So you can see the characteristics of Esau as an enemy of the Most High. So Paul repeats this in Romans chapter number 9, verse 13. So Paul is quoting that Malachi 1, 2, 3 in Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Just read for us.
Romans chapter 9 verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Now, the wives of Esau are Judith, First, Bashmath, Ada, Mahalath. All these were wives, and there were many, and they bore him children. So let's just read Genesis 28, verse number 9 to 10. Genesis 28, verse number 9 to 10.
Genesis 28 verse 9. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebajoth, to be his wife. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran.
Thank you, sister. You know, Jacob obeyed the parents. That's why he's going to Beersheba, to Laban's place, because their father, in verse number, their father had commanded them not to marry from the foreigners. Just read verse number 11.
Verse 11. And he lighted upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place, and he put them for his pillows, and lay down in that place to sleep.
And that's the place he was seeing the ladder. That was the altar where his forefather Abraham had built. So when you go up to verse number 8, and Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac, his father. You see that? So the daughters of Canaan, according to Genesis 28 verse 8, Esau mwenyewe, Esau, they did not please his father. Why? because his father had commanded them not to marry from the foreigners. So Esau disobeyed. And we see, we know the results, the consequences. Now, Esau had children, and these children are what we call the descendants of Esau. There are other books, but I don't think we are going to read them tonight. Maybe on Sunday tutaendelea na those other books, kina Jasha. Now, when we go to the book of Exodus, chapter number 17, let's read verse 8 to 16. Then I just highlight what is that. Exodus 17, verses 8 to 16.
Exodus 17, verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out men and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And when it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. What was the last part? Sorry?
Yeah, up to verse
16.
Yes. It's okay. Now, it's okay. Yes. Now you see, there's a name called Amalek. So let's interrogate who is this Amalek. And we can see this is a battle between the Israelites and these Amalekites. And the Most High is giving Moses instructions that they destroy these Amalekites. Let's read Deuteronomy 25, verse number 17 to 18, so that we explain. Deuteronomy 25, verse number 17 to 18.
Deuteronomy 25, verse 17 to 18. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not a hire.
So the Amalekites, they actually ambushed the Israelites on their way from Egypt. Remember, Israelites were delivered by Moses, the Moses through Moses from Egypt, the house of bondage, and on their way, Amalekites, they ambushed them, they fought, they attacked them. And that was the reason why the Most High decided to fight, because if you fight Israelites, you are fighting the Most High. So that is the reason. And who are these Amalekites? Let's go to Genesis 36, verses number 1 to number 5. Genesis 36, verse 1 to verse 5. Some hiyo kwanza.
Genesis 36, verse 1 to 5. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibama the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth. And Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Reuel, and Aholibama bare Jeush, and Jalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan.
Thank you, sister. See that? Now read verse number 11 and 12. 11 and 12.
Verse number 11. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. Verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife.
Thank you. So you can read the word Amalek. This Amalek is now, these are the people the Most High has commanded Moses and Joshua to destroy them completely, according to Exodus 17, verse number 6 to 7. Just read Exodus 17, verse number 6 to 8. Exodus 17, verse 6 to 8. We see the command of the Most High.
Exodus 17, verse 6. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Most High, saying, Is the Most High among us or not? And then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim.
Amalek and fought. Amalek, these were actually the deadly enemies of Israelites. So the question is, are these Amalekites present today? Because now we can see these are the descendants of Esau. Now, when we go to 1 Samuel chapter number 15, let's see. 1 Samuel 15, just read for us verse number 3.
1 Samuel, verse number 3. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
Now King Saul, being instructed by Samuel, the instructions purely from the Most High through Samuel, to go and destroy the Amalekites, because these are thorn in the flesh. Amalekites, they are the greatest enemies of Israelites. But Saul, he spares them. Saul spares them. And that's why Saul, when you read the old chapter, the Most High rejected Saul because he did not obey his commands. So when we don't obey the commands of the Most High, those are the consequences. Now you can read later, the Amalekites were there. 1 Samuel chapter 27, just read it. 1 Samuel 27 verse 8. 1 Samuel 27 verse number 8.
1 Samuel 27, verse 8. And David and his men went up and invaded the Geshurites and the Gezrites and the Amalekites. For those nations were of old, the inhabitants of the land as thou goest to Shur, even unto the land of Egypt.
Now King David, because he was the beloved of the Most High, man after the heart of the Most High, is now invading that territory, fighting against the enemies of Israel, Amalekites, the Gigashites, all these Hivites. So these were the nations the Most High commanded us, the Israelites, to destroy them. To destroy them. Totally. When you read one of my favorite first passages, 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse number 1. Just read for us, verse 1 alone.
1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 1. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire.
The same Amalekites, you see now, these are the greatest enemies of Israelites. They invaded Ziklag. You can read the whole story. They burned their houses, they carried their wives, their children, their animals. But David came and inquired from the Most High. Most High told him, pursue them. So David, that's why he was loved by the Most High. So when you read also 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verse 43, you see also Amalekites. 1 Chronicles 4:43. Let's read it so that we summarize now. 1 Chronicles 4:43.
1 Chronicles 4:43. And they smote the rest of the Amalekites that were escaped, and dwelt there unto this day.
So we see the Amalekites are actually the greatest enemies of Israelites. To finish, let's go to Esther chapter 3 verse 1. Esther chapter 3 verse 1.
Esther chapter 3 verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Haman, the reason why we're reading that verse, Haman is also a descendant of Amalek. And thus Haman, he was the greatest enemy of Israelites, Esther and Mordecai. And he had plotted to destroy them, Kabisa. So you can see the descendants of Esau is Amalek, and they are the enemies of Israelites. So remember, when Jacob took the blessing, Esau aliapa ya kwamba atammaliza Jacob na kizazi chake. Now I've been painted that picture. Are the Amalekites present today? A big yes. Yes. Are they still destroying, planning to destroy the Israelites? Yes, they are even destroying them, even now. And who are these Amalekites today? And who are these Israelites today? Those are now the big questions we are going to discuss. Hallelujah. So, Brother Martin, sijui nafika hapo kwanza usikie response ama nipe my sister chukue another minutes kidogo aongee kitu kingine. Martin. Yeah, shalom. Endelea. We can hear you. Thank you. Welcome, brother. Okay, Sister Linda.
Thank you so much. I will not add other new insights outside the scriptures you've shared, but I want to go back to Genesis 25 to help answer the question, who is Edom or who is Esau? Because those two names feature. Because why am I doing that? Today, we are told that the Israelites, or not even Israelites, the Israelis, that's the name that we hear, are Jews. Those are the names that we hear. We are told Israelis are Jews. And then the name that is very common, used in the earth today, that is even being used in the scriptures or Bible is Jews, so that we rarely hear Israelites, okay? And then, so if those Israelis are Jews, therefore, understood to be Israelites, even though the name Israelites is not common, the question we need to ask ourselves is, where is their brother? Because they were twins, just like you shared from Genesis 25. Okay, so if those are the Israelis, the Israelites in the Bible, where is their brother? What happened to him? So let's look at Genesis 25 again. Why? Because the Israelites, or Esau and Jacob, are the two characters whom the Bible narrative is all about, is generally about. So many times we are hearing Jews, we are hearing Israelis, but where is Edom? That Esau is shrouded in mysteries. It's not clear. The world doesn't seem to discuss him openly. So let's go to Genesis 25 again and begin at 19. Sister Rahab, or any other who might be
Genesis 25, verse 19.
Let's begin at 19 and we'll go slowly.
Okay.
Okay.
And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padaram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife, because she was barren. And the Most High was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
Pause. Okay. So Genesis 25 introduces to us the generations of Isaac. Why is Isaac key? It says Abraham's son. Yeah, because Abraham begat Isaac. It's very important to note that, because we know there was another son whom the world today tries to explain in the way they understand under Islam. Okay, so Isaac, when we go back to Abraham, we know that Abraham was promised that he will be a father of nations. A father only bears a generation through his son, through his lineage. So Isaac is that promise. And we see Isaac at this point, he is 40, he has a wife, but the wife is barren. And so they are entreating the Most High. So they are definitely seeking the Most High's direction on this matter. They really want to have a continuity as promised through Abraham, because if they stay barren, there will be no continuity. So they entreat the Most High and he responds. They beg him, they ask him, they pray to him, and he responds and she conceives. Continue. Sister Rahab, continue. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you. Okay. And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife. Okay, I've received that. Okay. 22. The children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High.
Very important pause. Thank you. Okay. So she conceives, and her pregnancy begins showing signs of trouble. Why? The children struggled within her. So there was struggling within her womb, what you can call a battle. Yeah, what you can call a fight. So clearly it is two children. Okay, or children. There is a struggle. It is a blessing or a response from the Most High. But she wonders, why is she like that? If at all the Most High has blessed her, she asks, why am I like this? If it's the Most High who has answered, why is this struggle? And so she went to inquire of the Most High. All right, I'll stick to what is written here, even though there's insights in other books, which I would request maybe we look at them next time. Okay, so according to this verse 23, Sister Rahab, please.
And the Most High said unto her.
So she went to inquire, sorry, I'm going bit. She went to inquire of the Most High because this blessing, this answer has begun to be a problem. Yeah, she's not enjoying it. It is whatever she's carrying is a struggle, and so she goes to ask the Father. Yeah, and then the Father answers. What is the answer from the Most High? Verse 23, Sister Rahab.
And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Pause. Okay, so that is the answer from the Most High. Okay, because the Most High said, there are 2 nations in your womb. Please note that. 2 nations. 2 manner of people. So there are 2 people with different manners, 2 different manners. One person has a certain manner and another person has a certain manner. So the Most High is clearly giving Rebecca the picture, an understanding of why her pregnancy is like that. Because her question was, why am I like this? These 2 people also shall be separated from the womb of Rebekah. One of these 2 shall be stronger. So we note those characteristics. One shall be stronger than the other, which means one will be stronger in physical characteristics or whatever, yeah? And the other will not be as stronger. So there'll be a stronger one and there'll be a weaker one, all right? And the elder of the 2 shall serve the younger. So when we are looking at what comes through Rebekah, which is of Isaac, we are looking at 2 separate nations, that these 2 children shall be in charge of 2 separate nations. Another thing we are looking for, that they will have 2 mannerisms, 2 separate, they will not be the same. One shall exhibit one mannerism or character, and the other shall have another mannerism or character. 3, one shall be stronger, another one shall not be as stronger. So we are looking for that. And then, very distinctly, the one who will come out first of those 2 will serve the younger. That is a prophetic explanation from the Most High. So it is a future. We are looking at in the future, that elder is supposed to serve the younger, says the Most High. We will be looking for this elder to serve the younger. Okay, so we know that. So carry on from there. Let's note that, keep it in the back of our minds, and then continue. Continue 24. Sister Rahab, I'll read it myself. Huh?
No. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Carry on.
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Pause. Okay. So when her days to be delivered, it was confirmed they are twins, just like the Most High had said. Okay? And the one who came out first was red all over. You know, like how if you wore something, it would be that color from top to down. So it was like a garment covering him. That is, he was covered in color red. In other words, yeah? All right? And his name was called Esau. So that is one clear identifying marker that when we are looking for Esau, he is red from head to toe, all over. Okay? He is red. What does red mean? We will find out. All right. And then continue 26.
26. And after that he came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Thank you. So Isaac was 60 years old when those children were born. So the one who came out with this distinct marker, color red, is described in the Bible. Yeah, after that, his brother came out and he's not described in terms of color. Again, Brother Zaini explained that before. Why? Because everybody who had been living then, all the way from Adam, looked the same. They looked like this second child. So there was no alarm. There was no shouting thing about him or shouting description to cause concern, to cause people to talk about. Just like today, if a child is born in a home, the people of that home, the relatives who knew he was pregnant, or the workmates, or those around the mother who was pregnant, are the ones who will know about it. Yeah. But if there's something standing out about that child, for example, maybe the child is born with 2 heads or 3 eyes, or the child is an albino, the colors we know, yeah? Or the child has a mannerism that is not normal, not usual, then the news will spread all over. There'll be something to shout about. And so for Esau, he was the first to look like that, red all over, like a hairy garment from head to toe. And so it is described or magnified. He is the first created to look like that by this time. So that color is given as a clear identifying marker. And again, to distinguish between those two children, all right? But Jacob just looked like all the rest, just like a child who is born in a family that is around that community and around the people who knew them when they are born. They are just known to those people. It's not something to let the whole country know or the whole world know. But if there's something distinguishing about them, then it will be on the papers and the whole country will know and the whole world may know, or some of the world may know. That was the case with Esau, sorry. Okay. And then we are told, verse 27. Go to verse 27, please.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Okay, great. Thank you. So one identifying the characteristics we are given in verse 23 are key identifications. And then the characteristic we are given in verse 25 of this first one who came, who looked red all over him, is a marker also to help us distinguish, oh, that's Esau. He looks like this. Oh, that's Jacob. He looks like this, yeah? And then verse 27 also gives us another clue or an identifier. He says, the boys are now grown, and Esau is known as a cunning hunter. Mark that word, because you had it before. You had it before in Genesis 11. Is it 11 or 10? Genesis 10 or 11. Nimrod was a cunning hunter, okay? So cunning hunter in what sense? What was he hunting? What is Esau? What will Esau be hunting? All right. So that is another identifying marker. And he was a man of the field. He was an outdoor person. Jacob was a plain man. Okay. Again, that's another identifying marker. He was plain. He was not like Esau, who was red and hairy. So if you're looking for the difference between those two children, Esau is red, number one, and he's hairy. Jacob is not red, but he's plain. You'll sort of find his skin without hairs all over necessarily. It is not a clear marker, but for Esau, it will be a clear marker. And then he's a man who dwells in the tents. Tents then were homes, because they lived in tents. So he will be more around home, around homestead, domestic chores or domestic occupations. But Esau will be a man of the field, a hunter. He always is looking abroad, outside, seeking new territories, adventure, and so forth. So that's another identifying marker. And then verse 28, carry on, Sister Rahab.
28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
Pause, yeah? So Isaac loving Jacob does not mean he hated, Isaac loving Esau, does not mean he hated Jacob. Yeah, he just enjoyed what? From hunting. You know, when people grow old, their taste buds and so forth are compromised in a certain manner. So because he brought meat, yeah, that was something probably he loved and he tasted. So he loved what Esau brought. It doesn't mean he didn't love Jacob. And Rebekah loving Jacob doesn't mean she hated Esau. But as a mother who knew a secret about these two children, because the Most High responded to her, he did not respond to Isaac. Yeah. And from the other records, we will discover that she was told to keep it a secret, not to share. So it's only her who knew that there are two nations in her womb. It's only her who knew the information in verse 23. Two nations in her womb, two manner of people. One will be stronger than the other, and the elder must serve the younger. So she had to keep Jacob close. He had to sort of be monitoring Jacob's life and ensuring that he stays to live that promise the Most High had said. So she was observant. So that's how it sounds like. She loved Jacob and Esau loved Isaac. And then verse 29, we're just breaking down bit by bit. 29.
29. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
Pause. Okay. So Jacob sowed pottage. In clear English or simple words, Jacob was cooking grains, yeah, lentils. Ile tunaweza ita ndengu ama lentils siku hizi, yeah. So Jacob was preparing a meal in his pot, in that pot, a meal of a soup of grains. That is the pottage he was preparing. And Esau came from the field and he was faint. Okay, again from another record, which we'll go into next time. We will understand why he was faint. Alikuwa amedhoofika, yani alikuwa ameisha, anasikia njaa. It's like he was desperate. He needed to be nourished. Yeah, because he says later himself why he needed, why if he can't be nourished, what would happen, okay? But what Jacob was cooking, there was something inside that we'll find out later. Verse 30, I can read it, Sister Rahab. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray. So he's literally begging, I pray thee, with the same red pottage. So Esau identifies what he wants, with the same red pottage. For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob, feed me also with the same, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day your birthright. Yeah? So between verse 30 and 31, what is going on here? They are negotiating. You are a man who hunts. I am at home doing my thing. So I'm just cooking my meal. All right? So if you want to get something from me, give me that and I'll give you this. So they were transacting, you know? Transaction ama negotiating ni ile unaenda kwa ule ana kitu na unakitaka, unamwambia nipatie na mimi nitakupatia hii, ama nipatie na wewe anakuambia nipatie hii kwanza ndio nikupe hii. So Esau asked for the food and Jacob asked for what he saw was at stake, probably, yeah? Because from the other records, we realize he was so faint. Is it here that he says, I'm about to die? Yeah, he even said, yes, in verse 32, he says, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall the birthright do to me? That is very important to mark. Yeah. Again, what we are looking at in bits are things that will help us to trace Esau later, to understand who is this man. Yeah, because of some of the clues that we see here. So he says he's about to die. So Jacob asking for the birthright, was he asking for the birthright for somebody who is about to die? There are only two. They are the promised seed, both of them. So if one dies, at least let one remain with the inheritance. So he says, give me the birthright, I guess in exchange of the red pottage, okay? So he says, I am at the point to die. So two things, why is Esau faint and why is he at the point to die, okay? From the other record, it shows he had been hunting because he's a hunter, but because Nimrod was the hunter then on the scene the whole time, Esau has been born a younger generation, and Esau is also a cunning hunter. So two hunters in their capacity, because they are not just hunting regular animals, one has to take over. So Esau and Nimrod were hunting each other. So Esau had just finished that hunting. He had beheaded Nimrod, and he was being chased by the bodyguards of Nimrod. So he beheaded Nimrod and stole the garments of rulership from Nimrod. Again, we shall see that in the other record. And so he was running for his life. And he knew if they catch up with him, he will be killed. He will not live. That's why he says he's about to die anyway. So what does that birthright mean to him anyway? So he literally did not care about it. Yeah, he'd rather save his life. I don't know what he was thinking, even if the birthright goes, or whether he just wanted to say it in his cunningness and in his craftiness so that he can survive and get the food. We don't know, but we will see. All right? That is verse 32. Then verse 33, and Jacob said, swear to me this day. Why is he telling him, swear to me this day? Promise, commit yourself. Probably because I know your character. They are grown now, remember? And he swore to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Very important message for us to understand. Jacob knows that they are making a deal. This is his brother. He knows his character. And so he says, commit yourself, swear. Yeah, so that I can do this transaction. And Esau swore. Scripture says he swore unto him. He committed. The birthright is yours, give me the food. And so he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So at this point, he has given up his rights as the firstborn. Literally. At this point, between him and Jacob, who is the firstborn? Jacob, not him. Because he has given up those rights. He has surrendered him and he has sworn. He has made a commitment for the sake of getting some nourishment, a bowl of lentils, yeah, with whatever he loved, that red pottage, that red food, yeah. And so verse 34, then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. That's how we know it was lentils. And he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. He despised the fact that he was the firstborn. He despised the fact that he had the rights of the firstborn. We know that, yeah, just to make it short. So up to there, are we good? Martin, because we are past 11, are we good? I just wanted to take a break until then, for now, so that what else needs to be discussed can be done because of the time. There's definitely a lot more. Noted, it will be clarified. Noted, it will be clarified very well that it is in the scriptures. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Brother Jane.
Praise the Most High. Yeah, Brother Martin, because of time, I know things will be exciting as we move on, and we'll be learning a lot, and we appreciate. So that information will be clarified because there are many books which are not in these six books, and we thank the Most High for that. So we finish, we just wind up, then we rest, then we agree on Sunday what time are we meeting.
Could we meet a little earlier because of my lesson that starts, the active lesson is at about 7:30 thereabout, which will make me miss this one.
Your time? Brother Martin, on Sunday, what time?
$7:30 p.m. So I suggest we suggest a time earlier. It's okay with the rest. That's fine.
Yeah, with me, okay. Brother Alfred, Sister Rab, 6, is it okay?
To me, it's very okay. It's very okay. I thank the Most High for the way things have gone.
Sister 6 ni sawa?
Sawa sawa.
Okay. So allow us to reach there. I know there's a lot of learning, just we build the capacity. There's a lot of information ambayo tujaisikia lakini tutaipata. So let's just be open, have an open mind. So allow us now to ask Brother Alfred again, close for us, my brother, with a word of prayer.
Okay, shall we pray? Heavenly Father, my love now, beloved King, the King of all, the creation who knew us before we were born, you who created us in your own image, we thank you for the precious evening you have given unto us to usher in the day Shabbat, the day to eat and drink from your same table, O King. We thank you for being with our brothers and sisters today on the same table. You have started eating your precious meal that you have assigned us to eat always. Be thou glorified, be thou given all the honor. As we looking forward to meeting again on Sunday, Abba now, give us strength, give us ability, give us appetite